use next time you're looking for a contractor. These tips are so crucial. I don't want anyone to hire a contractor before hearing this. Number one. We've been programmed to always get at least 3 bids, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I also want to give you permission to say yes when you find the contractor you want. Remember, it might be a few weeks or more before a good contractor is available to start working, and the sooner you decide, the sooner the project starts moving forward. Number 2. Ask the contractor to write down everything that's included. This forces the contractor to think what else is part of the project and what could potentially come up. Additionally, ask the contractor what is not included. This too will force the contractor to think about items of the project that may not be included. Number 3. Get it in writing for how long the job will take. Just understand that this is a reference, not an exact timeline, because no 2 houses or projects are the same. If you think you need a penalty clause for the job taking too long, then be prepared for paying a bonus clause if the project finishes early. Number 4. Look for a contractor who's solution-minded. And what I mean by that is look for someone who identifies and solves problems instead of placing blame. Before you hire someone, ask what happens when a job goes wrong. Great contractors will have great answers. Number 5. You don't necessarily want to hire the cheapest or the most expensive contractor. The cheapest contractors are more likely to cut corners, while the most expensive are not necessarily performing the best work. That's why more often than not, the best value comes from contractors who are priced in the middle of the road. If you like these tips, I've got a whole hour of home improvement advice coming your way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com. When there's work to be done around or in your home, when there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. What you don't know can hurt you. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us. What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
It's the weekend. Perfect time to hire it done. Good morning, everyone. My name's Adam Helfman. Michigan State. That's right. 97136. I want to get a little poll going all morning. Let's just see who my listeners are loving. Are they a green listener or a maize and blue listener? As you all know, I got to disclaim right up front that I went to Michigan State. Graduated in 1991 with full honors. No, I'm kidding. 2-0 and go, baby. That's right. I'm the first guy to burn down Cedar Village. That's right. The first fire they had was on my watch. Anyways, shout out to my boys at Honest John's listening to the show this morning. Advanced Plumbing and Gang. They rock it out. Anyways, it's a great weekend. And this home improvement show on the sports station is number 1. 37 markets and counting. And what we want to do is give you hassle-free home improvement advice. It's not that difficult. You want to hire a contractor, you got to ask certain questions. You want to hire a guy, get a good deal, and have him do the job. Keep it simple, keep it uncomplicated. But no, everyone wants to screw it all up. That's the problem we have. Contractors say yes to everything. Can you do this? Sure. How good are you at that? Oh, we're the best. How soon can you start? Oh, tomorrow. How long will the job take? A few days. Really? Come on. Who are you fooling? Contractors are good at telling homeowners what they want to hear. The reality is you need a contractor that is not only good at telling you, but they're also good at saying no. Are you a contractor that says no? It's important because no means no. Right? Anyways, text me 97136 this morning. Maybe you can tell me if you want Michigan State to win or U of M. What's this? I think the line's 13.5. 13. The line's 13. So Michigan State plus 13 in Ann Arbor. Oy. That's a sucker bet. Seems to me, even though I'm a Michigan State guy, my prediction, I don't want to make a prediction. I have a friend we used to call the mush. The mush. everything he said was always the opposite happened. In fact, we made a ton of money betting football just on the opposite of whatever he picked. We should call Mush up and tell the Mush and ask him, does he like Michigan or Michigan State? I don't want to jinx it for everyone, but it's probably a good idea. So we got a great show lined up today. What you don't know can hurt you, obviously, right? Yeah. Let me go to my expert just texted me. We're going to talk about this. He says Michigan minus 13.5, 42-10. D'Antonio gets ready to retire. That's the pick. Bonus pick is the NFL lock is Houston over Baltimore. College lock Auburn plus 2.5 to beat Georgia. Let's stick to U of M, Michigan State. Anyways, my point is we got to have a good show. We got to talk home improvement. Are you going to watch the game in a big screen TV? You going to go to a bar? Where are you going to watch the game? You got your 4K, your 8K, your super high def TV. Yeah, we all know. It's going to be a knuckle buster, that's for sure, today's game. So, listen, we have a lot we have to talk about. We have a lot of things to do. So if you ever want to get a hold of me, by the way, you can email me, adam@hireitdone.com. And we'll maybe pick your question for the mailbag. Let's do that right now.
Let's go to the mailbag, brought to you by the UPS Store. The UPS Store. Pack, ship, print, mailboxes, and more.
So, dear Adam, I was taking care of some fall cleanup last week, and I forgot to turn off my hose bibs. Usually, no big deal, except it snowed the very next day. Is it safe to turn them off in freezing weather, or should I wait for the temperatures to rise before messing with them? Thanks, Lauren. Okay. I'm the best hold on. Before I answer that question, guy on Facebook Live, I'm the best deck builder in Michigan. The Trex representatives had me install a brand new rail system on an $8 million mansion. First time anyone has ever installed a rail in the country. Well, sounds like you are. You're also self-promoting, and we don't know if you're licensed, you're insured. We don't even know if you're even telling the truth. But we know that you come in every week, try and tell everyone. But I'm going to tell all my listeners, don't use a contractor who doesn't promote themselves properly or one that's not licensed or insured. You don't have to be part of Hire Done to use them. It's okay. But, listen, if you're going to stay, at least give us good information. At least be, instead of promoting yourself, how about giving us some Trex advice for homeowners? Why be so selfish and all about you? I would never use you. So how do you turn off your hose bibs? It's pretty simple. First of all, you got to get frost-free ones. But yeah, you can drain the water out of your hoses for sure. It's important that you do that. And that's the easy part. So anyways, my point for everyone is make sure that you do that. And if you're going to hire a contractor, get one that knows, you don't have to use me. I'm not mad. I'm just mad that you just go jump all over my thread, right? And then self-promote yourself without ever adding anything except your personal stuff. What kind of BS is that? That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I got 7 ways to reduce your carbon footprint. I'm Adam Helfman. 30 years in home improvement. We'll be right back.
Having my own restaurant.
And on the move. Local company, rock solid 10-star company, literally.
Thank you.
And good guy. I can attest to that, right, Gary?
You can.
MichiganMovers.com is the website. So you're saying moving in the wintertime is a little slower. So you got to give a discount, right? A little bit of a deal?
Yeah, we offer a couple different things going on right now. Like we can offer you $25 off your travel time, $50 worth of free boxes. Or one of the things that we started a couple winters ago was a 3-man special rate where you get the third guy for a discounted price. And not only is that beneficial to the customer, it's also beneficial to the men because, it's going in outside in the elements in the wintertime in Michigan can be very hard. And then you're coming in a house and the customer has the heat on 90. Then you're going outside and it's -5. So the third man is also going to get that job done quicker, which is going to keep the men fresh and keep them out of the elements as well. So it's a win-win for everybody.
What do you think, Jim, the third man? Are you going to be the third man?
I'm not going to be the third man. I told him I was moving, and I'm already signing up with him. I'm not doing it. Ain't happening.
What about girls to pack all the stuff? I got that company that I just met.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. Listen,
I
think you should turnkey the whole thing.
I can tell you just from meeting Gary just now, he's a stand-up guy and extremely conscientious. And I've been in the business long enough to get a good feel for somebody. And like I say, he's going to be the guy that I'm going to be calling when I move.
Thank you, Jim.
I appreciate you doing that and saying that. It means a lot. He's the only moving company that qualifies, that actually works with Hire It Done. So congratulations there. We have multiple of every contractor, but you're the only one.
Thank you. It was tough, it was like a 100-page essay that I had to do to be approved.
Yeah.
Hire It Done does an awesome job in their screening process, and I'm proud that I am part of it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You're
because
a good
I
guy.
like using your guy. I mean, I use your guys.
Yeah, no, that's the part. It's a camaraderie.
Everybody.
That's the thing about Hire It Done. I'm a boutique lead generation contractor referral company. What does that mean? I'll give you an example. I'm not Angie's List. I'm not Home Advisor. I'm a hybrid of both. I'm a third-party endorsement, right?
Yes.
I happen to have been that guy who grew up in the home improvement business. I'm a fourth-generation contractor. I'm a savant when it comes to home improvement. I have some unique knowledge that's just really weird, right? I've done a lot of work. So I'm here to translate all that experience into a language that a homeowner understands. So whether it's hiring a moving company to make it as stress-free and anxiety-free as possible, or picking the right kitchen contractor or design-build contractor and making sure that not only are they getting the right guy because it's a match, but the right payment schedule, right? The right solution stuff, so that at the end of the job, when there's problems, and every job has problems, it's how everyone worked out, how it all got solved, and the homeowner's like, yeah, you know what? It's exactly as Adam expected. There was going to be headaches, but they solved them.
I assure my clients I come to you with solutions, not problems.
Yeah.
Which is great because not only are you helping out the consumer and finding them a company, you're also helping out small business owners like myself that, go out there and we bust our butts every day to do a good job for customers. So, the consumer should not only appreciate Hire It Done, but I know small businesses like myself do as well.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate, and that's, again, what time's the game start? Noon? Michigan State plus 13.5 in the Big House. Oh, yeah, I'm not touching that one. Not a chance. Today's not a good day to go to Zingerman's or to Joe's Pizza, right? The line will be out the door. I ran to Ann Arbor the other day, really quick, just to try out Joe's Pizza. Has anyone been to Joe's Pizza? It's so good, right? Although Freddie the Pizza Man has my favorite pizza around here next to, I have 3 favorite pizzas. Clearly, Buddy's is always in the top. But then you got Tomatoes of Pizza, Mike Weinstein. That guy's good. But then Joe's Pizza, man. Whoa. Ann Arbor. Worth the ride, definitely. Zingerman's, are you going to get a corned beef sandwich for a tailgate? They have good bread there. Everything's good. But anyways, let's digress. So there's 7 ways to reduce carbon footprint in your house. Did you know that? This last week looked and felt like winter. But it's still technically fall. I mean, we had an early snow, right? In fact, I got to get snow tires today. I'm going to take care of that, though. The cold weather and snow makes saving energy this time of year even more important. One of the big buzzwords right now is carbon footprint, right? You hear about this Green Deal and all this nonsense these leftists are yelling at everyone about. How do you reduce your carbon footprint? A carbon footprint, by the way, is your household's total carbon emissions. And usually that means using less fuel and saving on energy costs. So let's keep it clear. So here are some great tips you can use to reduce your carbon footprint and save big on energy costs this cold weather. So I want
It's
to let you
time
know
for
that.
Going Green with Hire It Done. Brought to you by Consumers Energy, business energy efficiency programs.
So here's the deal. You got to go green. I want you to go green. In this segment, of course. Maybe on the football field as well. So here's the thing. Keep the heat low. Are you going to save energy by keeping the heat low? What do I mean by that? Everyone has a different set point in their house. 72, 68, 64, 65. What's comfortable for you? Tell me, right? I don't know. As the temperature outside begins to drop, we tend to turn the thermostat up. Before you reach to that dial, though, try layering with sweaters. Wear socks. Extra blankets on the bed. When you layer up, you stay warmer longer, just like in your house when you put the insulation in the walls. It saves energy on your heating costs for sure, and you can save the heat for winter. But you can do one better by keeping the thermostat low with my next tip here. And we're going to be talking about this a lot coming up. Get a smart thermostat. One of the best upgrades for your buck is getting a smart thermostat. Allows you to set the heat lower at specific times, such as when you're at work or while you're asleep, and then raise the heat right before you wake up or get home. So let's think about this. That's just a digital programmable thermostat. So you leave for work at 8 in the morning. Let's say you just jump in the car at 8, even though it might be 7. Me, I'm an early guy, so it's earlier. But let's just say 8. You can set your thermostat to drop to 64 degrees at 8 a.m. and stay at 64 all day long. Your pets love it, by the way. Don't think your pets don't like 64 degrees. They high five when you leave. Okay? They're like, yeah, if they could turn the thermostat down lower, they would. Anyways, so, and then let's say you get home at 5 and you don't like 64. Let's say you like 68. So at 4:45, you can program your thermostat to go back to 68. Bam. Then you get home at 68 degrees. And then you go to bed at 11, 10. Have it go down to 64 again. Every degree over an 8-hour period is a 3% savings on your gas bill. Just like Kim Bersisi. She says wear layers inside. Michigan State, who you got today? We're taking a poll. 97136, text me. If you're on your way up to tailgate, it's a little early, but you know, tailgating's a big thing. Let me know. The other thing is on a thermostat, leave the fan on, not auto. And we can talk about that later. We have a really good guest coming. Air Temp Mechanical. We got Jen Wilhelmsen. She's a rock star. I'm excited to have her on. Get a furnace tune-up. Yeah, furnace tune-up. $99 furnace tune-up right now through Hire It Done. You can't beat it. Better than all the rest of the yahoos out there. We have a handful of furnace tune-up companies that do really good work. And, yeah, why pay $149 or $129 when you get the same thing for $99 through us? That's because we negotiate a really good deal for you. Okay, so we know about getting a furnace tune-up, right? If you have a 95% furnace and it's locked, if the filter's not clean, the burners aren't clean, it's not 95% furnace anymore. It's like 60%. Think about that. The efficiency of your furnace goes down by half sometimes. Alan Gildenberg from American Standard Roofing says, go blue. What up, Alan? Turn down your water heater. Many water heaters are installed at a default setting of 140 degrees, which can pose a scalding risk and waste energy by heating water much hotter than you'll ever need it to. The reason why they go 140 because they used to say, oh, well, we got to cut it hotter because it'll cool off by the time it gets to the shower head. Well, now with mixing valves and all that, we got to talk to the guys from Advanced Plumbing. They'll straighten all that out for us. But you can turn your water heater down to 120. Yes, you can. Don't burn yourself either. Let's keep it straight. Now, what about baking? What does baking have to do with anything? Meanwhile, I bought some cookies last night to bake. I'm excited too. State is not good enough. Not on high alert for Michigan. Oh, yeah. Text me if you think Michigan State or Michigan's going to win. I want to know. We got mostly Michigan right now. 97136. I want to hear you. If you're planning on using the oven for cooking, bake your favorite pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. Save the recipes that need to cook it in the colder days. Yeah, you can actually, I got it. Heat your house up a little. Once the oven's done, when you turn it off, leave the oven open. That'll heat the house. Yeah, that trick is not a good trick, but it's something you can do. Check the tire pressure in your car. Now, all these new cars today have these tire pressure monitors. And why is it when it's cold out, you wake up, it says, oh no, low tire pressure. And then you drive for 10 minutes, and then it's back to normal. What's up with that? How about your windows and doors? Check the weather stripping around your windows for leaks and caulk. Replace where necessary. Check for drafts under your doors and use a draft snake or replace the threshold if necessary. Yeah, that's the thing. You could cut your energy bills really easily by getting that kind of stuff done around your house. So, one of the things I want to ask people is smart home technology. What is smart home technology? What is Internet of Things? What does all that mean? Is it just using stuff from your phone on an app? Is it automation? Is it making your life easier, or is it causing you anxiety because you got all this stuff and you don't know how to use it? It's like the new remote control for your TV. No one can figure it out, but I can. And coming up next, Comcast cable, Xfinity. Michelle Gilbert's coming in. We're gonna debunk some of this. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Higher Done Radio Network. Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Got Jim Seggi from Seggi Renovations in studio. Jim, let me ask you a question. When you get a contractor, or when you get a homeowner wants you to do your, let's just use a kitchen, right?
Okay.
When you ask for money, and let's not go through the details of it. Do you get a big deposit, small deposit? What satisfies you to get the job started?
Well, especially for a kitchen, we get half down because of the fact that everything that we order is custom. It's non-returnable. You know, you're ordering the cabinets and you're having to put deposits on granite and different things like that.
Half down?
Yes, sir.
Are you kidding me?
No.
All right, we're gonna back it up a little bit.
We're going to back it up a little bit.
Okay, so in all my years of doing radio and working in the home improvement, I've heard a lot of horror stories, right?
Yep.
Homeowners who pay contractors in full up front, and then something goes wrong and the contractor can't complete the work. All kinds of messes ensue. I never tell a homeowner to put half down. Ever. Now, I'm not saying you're right, and I'm not saying I'm right. But we're going to work through a solution here. Okay?
Sure.
Because I don't think that's the correct way to do it. Now, we can agree to disagree, but let's break this down and let's have a friendly debate.
Sure.
Okay? Seggi Renovations does not have the name Savings and Loan Bank or financial institution after the end of it.
That is correct.
So you're not a bank.
Nope.
And I want to make sure that everyone understands this, because the contractor is not the bank. You're supposed to pay the contractor. So let's go through this right now. The homeowner and the contractor must agree to a payment schedule beforehand. And if you have to decide what that's based on your individual project, right? A roof, like Higher Done guys, my roofers, they're like Mrs. Jones, sign the contract, pay me when the roof is on that day. We'll take the money after the roof's installed. That way you have no risk. I love that, right? But it's a one-day job. There's nothing to it, right?
Correct. And I have contracts that I'll do that for if it's just a one-day job.
Of course. So
Nothing's
here's the
custom.
thing. Yeah, custom. Here's what
It's
I
all
want to talk
good.
about. You know, furnace, you know, little things like that. We get the money on the day we start, and then the money at the end of the job. But on a big job, a kitchen, average kitchen takes 12 weeks or longer, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so for 12 weeks, you got to use the homeowner's money to pay your guys, to pay for materials, to pay for things to get the job going. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to take your 50% deposit,
Okay.
and I want to massage it. And I want to make it more palatable for the homeowner while still satisfying you, the design build contractor. Is that possible, Jim?
Well, the majority of the cost of a kitchen is materials, not labor, and none of the materials are returnable. So that would be a pretty hard sell. What
Okay.
what I do?
Let's talk about it then. I mean, I'm a homeowner.
For the rest of the draws.
Yeah. This is Hire It Done Radio Network. 37 markets and counting. Text us 97136 this morning. U of M or MSU? Who do you like? Are you going to watch the game? In high definition? Maybe. In studio right now is a good friend of the show, an expert from Xfinity, Michelle Gilbert. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's nice to be back with you.
So, I don't know if there's a statistic for this, but how many people are going to be watching the U of M Michigan State game through Comcast today? Over millions.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the best.
But I don't have a percentage or breakdown of how many of those Xfinity customers are rooting for each team.
A heck of a lot. Right?
I know my boss is rooting for Michigan.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think it affects work if you're like for Michigan State and your boss is for Michigan?
Not if you hide it.
I got
No, it's we're pretty divided in our office.
House
Friendly
divided.
rivalry.
That's the key word is friendly rivalry.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. So, Michelle, tell everyone a little bit what you do.
So sure. So I work for Comcast, and I am in charge of internal and external communications. And on the external side, one of my favorite things to do is to come in and help educate your listeners about all the cool things they can do with technology, because there's new stuff coming out all the time, and it can be very scary. And it doesn't have to be, especially, with your knowledge and your ability to help people figure out how do they get it installed.
Exactly. So, when we talk about technology in the home, there's like certain buzzwords that you hear: Internet of Things,
Right.
smart home,
Right.
smart this, smart devices. Nothing's like the right word or wrong word.
Right.
But
And they
it's-
all work together.
Exactly. It's the next generation of the remote control, basically.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
That's a good way to say it.
So most homeowners, not all, have a mobile device.
Right.
And it seems like there's a migration of technology that the house is using that will sit on your mobile device.
Yes.
Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, no, that's a great way to say it. The things that you would normally do manually, like change the temperature in the home, lock the door, turn the lights off, even close your garage, you can now do with your mobile phone, and you don't even have to be at home to do it.
That's the best part. So that's the definition of the Internet of Things.
Yes.
So the key here is how does Xfinity or Comcast impact or play a role in that? So everything that you talked about needs internet
Right.
or Wi-Fi, because
Yes.
most people use Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
to get these devices to communicate with your device, with
Absolutely.
the house and all that. And you guys are like the plug or the portal.
Right. So we are the pipe, but we consider ourselves much more than your fast, reliable pipe of internet. We want to be your technology partner, and especially as the products and services that you're relying on in your home every single day are so much more complex and sophisticated than ever before. So you want someone who is knowledgeable and can help you not just figure out how much bandwidth do you need, but how are you going to protect all those devices in your home to make sure that they're not perhaps open to a virus. So that's important to know. We pride ourselves on not just providing the bandwidth to the house in a fast, reliable way, but what about that Wi-Fi? That's the vast majority of the way that you're relying on the internet versus being plugged in. So it's really important that your Wi-Fi is secure.
I think you're right, and I like the one commercial you guys have where the boyfriend's coming through the window.
Isn't that a funny commercial?
And because he logged into the Wi-Fi and it gave a notification.
Right.
Bam.
Right.
I like that. So I didn't realize that, and I have the Xfinity app, and I just recently discovered that you can manage all that.
Correct.
But what's good about it is you can set it up one time and then not even to worry about it. It's like a set it and forget it type of situation.
Right.
So let's talk about like unique devices that I think are impactful right now. So one of them, let's talk about like a smart lock.
Yes.
Okay, so like your front door, your back door, whatever house lock that you use or whatever door you use the most in.
Right.
We have what they call latchkey kids and things like that, right? So you can get a smart lock. Let's tell everyone what a smart lock is.
Sure. So a smart lock, what makes the lock smart is that it's connected to your Wi-Fi and it talks to your home system. So we have a smart lock on our front door. And what that allows me to do is to allow my cleaning lady into the house securely. Once she's done, she text messages me and tells me she's done, and I'm able to lock the door when she leaves.
From the app? Or
from my phone, remotely. Exactly. Boom. Yes.
And then if you don't know if it's locked or not, is there a way from the phone to say if it's locked or unlocked?
Oh, absolutely. I can look at the phone. And in fact, it's funny you say that because my kids will use the lock, come home from school, they'll forget to lock the front door. And I want to make sure that when my kids are in the house, especially when we're not there, that the door is locked. So I can take a look and I can see right from the app and I can go ahead and lock the door.
I like that. That's really good. So for anyone out there who has children, anyone out there who's not sure if the door's locked or unlocked, you already have cable, you don't, whatever it is, you can call Xfinity and say, I want to get smart lock technology now. Do you guys sell the lock as well, or do people have to go to like a Home Depot, Lowe's?
Sure.
You can do either.
So we do sell a lot of smart devices, what we call third-party devices.
Sure.
But you don't have to buy it from us. You can certainly buy it from anyone that you are comfortable in. There are a lot of different devices on the market, so I recommend that you do your research and look at reviews. I also want to say that, so Xfinity Home is our home security system that really is integrated with police and fire. But what makes our system unique is that it serves as an aggregator for all of the smart home technology so that you only have to open one app to do all these different things, whether it's change the lighting in the home, reset your thermostat if you're not going to be there and you want to save on electricity, check and make sure that your doors are locked, those types of things.
So there's an integration.
There is an integration.
You can have 3 different apps, 4 apps.
Right.
Your app brings it all into one.
Exactly. But
Smart.
It is important to tell your listeners that you can use smart home technology and you don't necessarily have to have a home security provider like Xfinity. The price is the same. For about $1 a day, you have your home secure.
And for anyone out there who wants to see some of the devices that she's talking about, if you go to Facebook Live, Hire It Done or 97 The Ticket, we're on Facebook Live, and one of the cameras is aimed at the devices. So you can see them right now. And like QuickSet makes a smart lock.
Yes.
And, obviously the bigger brands, Schlage, they all have them. But obviously you want to check compatibility, but it makes perfect sense to try and do that. I like the smart lock technology. I just want to have the doors locked and know that it's locked. Especially like sometimes you're like, oh, did I lock the door? It's funny, Michelle. When I was a kid, we used to run to the front door when the doorbell rang.
Right.
Right? The phone would ring. people who still have a home phone, we'd run to the door.
Right.
Today, the doorbell rings. You're like, oh my God, someone's at the front door. What are we going to do?
It? Right.
Let's look out the windows. Let's, peel the blinds. Who is this person? Why are they here?
Right.
Stranger danger. Like it's that much. Now, if you have children and they're home alone and someone's at the front door ringing the doorbell, you're a little nervous, right? Because today you're like, oh no.
Right.
You just don't want to, I don't know. I would be freaking out. So that moves me to the camera systems.
Yes.
Knowing where, who, what.
Right.
And really the number one thing, and I see it all over the internet because I love it, is the people who steal the Amazon packages. It's not just Amazon.
Right.
But the delivery guy comes to the house, puts the package on the front porch. And then you see the doorbell ringer or the video doorbell or the video, any kind of thing. And you watch the videos on YouTube of people stealing it. You ever see those?
I have seen them, yes.
There's a great one where a guy puts a glitter with a bomb, like a glitter bomb. And when someone opens it, because he, stealing the package, it like has this fan and it blows glitter and glue all over their face. Go on
Very
YouTube.
clever.
Super
I'm going to
cool.
go watch that one. Yeah.
And then he has GPS in it and he knows exactly. And it's
wow.
videotaping the whole thing.
Holy cow.
It's rock
Smart.
solid. I love it. I absolutely love it. So if somebody, Michelle, wants to explore more of this, what's the website?
Go to Xfinity.com, search Xfinity Home, and they'll
There's a whole list of stuff.
Yeah, it'll tell you how to integrate, what the packages are.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk how to prevent holiday theft, trends in smart home stuff, and any questions or texts if anyone has. Also, don't forget, text us 97136. You want U of M or MSU? I want to hear from you. I'm Adam Helfman. We'll be right back. And on the move. Local company, rock solid 10-star company, literally.
Thank you.
And good guy. I can attest to that, right, Gary?
You can.
MichiganMovers.com is the website. So you're saying moving in the wintertime is a little slower. So you got to give a discount, right? A little bit of a deal?
Yeah, we offer a couple different things going on right now. Like we can offer you $25 off your travel time, $50 worth of free boxes. Or one of the things that we started a couple winters ago was a 3-man special rate where you get the third guy for a discounted price. And not only is that beneficial to the customer, it's also beneficial to the men because, it's going in outside in the elements in the wintertime in Michigan can be very hard. And then you're coming in a house and the customer has the heat on 90. Then you're going outside and it's -5. So the third man is also going to get that job done quicker, which is going to keep the men fresh and keep them out of the elements as well. So it's a win-win for everybody.
What do you think, Jim, the third man? Are you going to be the third man?
I'm not going to be the third man. I told him I was moving, and I'm already signing up with him. I'm not doing it. Ain't happening.
What about girls to pack all the stuff? I got that company that I just met.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. Listen,
I can
think
tell
you
you,
should turnkey the whole thing.
I can tell you just from meeting Gary just now, he's a stand-up guy and extremely conscientious. And I've been in the business long enough to get a good feel for somebody. And like I say, he's going to be the guy that I'm going to be calling when I move.
Thank you, Jim.
I appreciate you doing that and saying that. It means a lot. He's the only moving company that qualifies, that actually works with Hired Done. So congratulations there. We have multiple of every contractor, but you're the only one.
Thank you. It was tough. It was like a 100-page essay that I had to do to be approved.
Yeah.
Hired Done does an awesome job in their screening process, and I'm proud that I am part of it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You're
because
a good
I like
guy.
using your guy. I mean, I use your guys.
Yeah, no, that's the part. It's a camaraderie.
Everybody.
That's the thing about Hired Done. I'm a boutique lead generation contractor referral company. What does that mean? I'll give you an example. I'm not Angie's List. I'm not Home Advisor. I'm a hybrid of both. I'm a third-party endorsement, right?
Yes.
I happen to have been that guy who grew up in the home improvement business. I'm a fourth-generation contractor. I'm a savant when it comes to home improvement. I have some unique knowledge that's just really weird, right? I've done a lot of work. So I'm here to translate all that experience into a language that a homeowner understands. So whether it's hiring a moving company to make it as Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Michelle Gilbert from Comcast, Xfinity Home in studio. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So we're approaching the holiday season. You know, it's I was going to say it's hunting season right now.
It is.
Right. I'm wondering
Doesn't affect me, but
no, not any of us. I've never been hunting. Is that weird? No, it's not weird.
No, it's not weird.
I think I could do it. I don't know if I could sit still long enough though in the blind. Now there's guys who use like Xfinity stuff in their deer blinds, just so they can watch. Cameras. Yeah, I've seen it. Go online. You'll see.
All right.
There's a lot of uses for your products. You just don't know it. But in the home, there's a lot going on. So let's talk about the holidays because people are shipping. I went to go to a Best Buy the other day, and I pulled up and it was gone. The sign was blacked out right on Orchard Lake Road.
Yeah.
Gone. I'm like, what? I need a
No, that one was gone either.
Closed. Gone.
That was.
There's a new Aldi. There's a
Yeah. I
Party
know
City.
exactly where you're talking.
Gone.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, holy God. That's the Amazon effect, right?
Yeah.
So they're delivering everything.
Right.
My office orders all that stuff. I'm like late to the game on the Amazon order everything, but we're getting like shipments of water, paper towel. Now I have to order a printer. And I'm just thinking to myself, if you're a homeowner and you're getting a $300 printer, it goes to your front door.
Right.
If you don't know it got delivered, I've had in the past where the FedEx guy said it was delivered, and I go to the front porch, it's gone. Nothing got delivered,
Right.
So I'm like, okay, now what?
So in the last year, there have been 11 million homeowners who have had packages stolen off their front porch, and more than 70% were at work when it happened.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what's the solution with Xfinity on that problem right there?
Sure.
Let's talk through it.
So let me give you a scenario. You're out of town. You're having packages delivered. You can have, again, we talked about cameras set up, and you can set alerts so that when there is motion in front of that camera, you get an alert letting you know. You see that package was delivered. Then maybe you can call the next door neighbor, ask her to come over, put the package in the house because you have that lock, that
Right.
smart lock. You can automatically unlock the door from your mobile phone. Your neighbor puts the package inside, closes the door, and you lock the door remotely, and then you don't have to worry about that package being gone.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, when the alert senses the motion,
Right.
it's also recording, correct?
As long as you have 24/7 recording, and
That's
is the
important.
value of having the integration with your Xfinity home service, because then you have that recording going on.
I like that.
Yes. And the other invaluable thing about having the recording is, God forbid, there is criminal activity at your home and someone does break in.
Right.
You've got clips that you can share with the police.
Well, that makes sense. All right, and that's the other thing, sharing the videos with police. I notice now there's like this ability that people can share, and it helps solve crimes around the neighborhoods.
Exactly. Well, yep. And Ring Doorbell has communities where other Ring Doorbell owners will share news about what's
Right.
going on.
That's called Big Brother.
Right. But we choose.
That you have the choice.
Right.
Correct. That's okay though. All right. So that's important. So what's the best way somebody can say, you know what, I like this, I need this, I want to explore this? They go to the website, go to your store. You have some really cool stores.
You can go to the website, Xfinity.com. I encourage people to go into one of our Xfinity stores.
Right.
And the reason behind that is, again, the products and services that we're talking about that you're relying on every single day are very sophisticated. And to
Kicks
be
and
able,
tires,
to be able to go in, to see it, feel it, touch it, talk to a technology expert about all the things you can do. There are probably things you can do even if you are just our internet customer. There are things you can do with your internet that you aren't even aware of. So it's valuable to be able to go in and see it live and have that, get those tips.
I agree with you. I think that's a good idea. So I've been in your store, I think it was Troy.
Yes.
That's a nice store.
Thank you.
And anyone out there who's thinking about upgrading or looking at a doorbell camera or a camera for the front door, any kind of device, you have internet that you need to be spread out through your house or anything like that, you should go to a Comcast Xfinity store because they have everything on display there. Now, let me ask you a question, Michelle. Let's go to like a lot of my contractors for hire done are small businesses.
Yes.
And a lot of them run their businesses out of their homes. And they probably just have residential service.
Right.
What is it? Is there a difference between residential and commercial? Can you get better, faster speeds? And what is there a difference? And should they upgrade or should they consider it?
There are differences, and a lot of it has to do with the service level, depending on what they're looking for. You know, a lot of even the smallest of businesses, they need a service level agreement that is going to guarantee that service is not going to go down at specific times because you're running your business, and you know. There are also other features that it can come with, like a wireless backup system that you can get. So there's a lot of different features on the business side that may be very important to a small business. So we see a lot of businesses integrating the business service at home.
So can they go to Xfinity to talk about business there too?
Yeah. So most of our Xfinity stores do have a business rep that works out of there. You can make an appointment, go to a nearby store. You mentioned the stores, and I will tell you, we are actually investing $3 million to open 10 new stores across Michigan, with most of them here in southeastern Michigan by the middle of next year, because they are so popular, because people are wanting something closer to home so that they can have that face-to-face interaction.
So it's interesting. You know, they claim the future is all online. But
Right.
reality is brick and mortar, people want to come in and actually see, touch, feel in order to make that experience.
Many people do. They may do their research online, but when it comes to actually purchasing or going in for support, they want to do it in person.
I like that. I like that a lot. Well, that's kind of cool. Now, what about the installation of all the devices?
Sure. So we install the devices that we sell.
Okay.
So the cameras you want to have Xfinity install. We'll install all of the door and window and motion sensors, things like that. The third-party devices, we do not actually do the installing of those, but that's where you come in handy because, you know, if someone is not tech savvy to be able
Sure.
to install those on their own, I'm sure you have lots of contractors that specialize in that.
You know, it's funny you should say that. For a smart, I've had people come to us and say, "Hey, I just got this new Nest thermostat,"
Yes.
and then they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, we don't know how to put it in." There's like 1,000 YouTube videos, and it's like 3 wires.
Right.
I'm like, "All right, yeah, no problem." My heating and cooling guys will come out. Boom. We have home theater guys that'll come and do. You know, people. The number one request on Hire Jump for home theater stuff, it's like a pretty simple. I got a flat screen. I need to put it over my fireplace. I want to hide the wires. I need, run
Right.
the cable. Those are what we get.
Right.
However, the companies we send out are companies that specialize in home theater, automation, things like that. So
Right.
we definitely get all that. But yeah, so if someone goes to Xfinity and needs the extra stuff, we just go to Hire It Done. We'll help.
Yeah,
we have guys for that. It's a good partnership, actually.
Absolutely.
Which we should talk about. I didn't
We
think about
should
that.
talk
Yeah,
about that.
And I have a couple handyman that'll do all the little miscellaneous. The other thing is we get people call me. You'll get this. They went to IKEA 6 months ago,
Oh, no.
and they went to put together like a wall unit, and it's like 1,000 parts, right? It's been sitting on the floor for like 6 months, right?
Oh, yeah.
Stubbed their toe on it. They call me. Listen, I don't care what it costs. Get a guy over here. I want this finished. I'm throwing my husband out. It's never gotten done. I can't figure it out. Parts are missing. I even have guys that'll fix IKEA and put it together.
That's
Frustrating.
amazing. Yeah.
Michelle Gilbert, Comcast Cable, Xfinity. What's the website again?
Xfinity.com. Super easy. Yeah.
Xfinity.com. Thanks for coming on again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we always have a good time. I appreciate you. I want to let you know if you need smart home anything, just go to HireItDone.com. We can put you with Xfinity. Michelle, thanks for coming on. I really do appreciate that.
My pleasure.
All right, Michigan State. Text us 97136. Let me know who you think's going to win. I'm getting a poll. Michigan's winning, by the way, on our texting. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Hurt you, HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Jim Seggy Renovations in studio. Welcome back, Jim.
Good morning, Adam.
And of course, we have Gary Bolson from Men on the Move. Welcome to the show, Gary.
I feel welcome. Good morning, gentlemen.
MichiganMovers.com is your website.
It is.
Gary, how long you been a moving company?
28 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
Look pretty young for 20, don't I?
Well,
Nice.
that's a good thing.
It's a moving experience.
It is.
Ter-
As you see, I
terribly.
don't do much of the moving anymore, but I'm behind the scenes and I make sure things get done right.
That's what it takes. Whack 'em and stack 'em, as I say.
Okay. That's good. That's good. How is the moving business?
Good. I mean, this time of year obviously is as we start to get into the cold weather. It
Yeah.
sort of slows down for us. Kids are in the middle of the school year. People don't want to take their kids out of school at this time of year. So, it gives our guys a chance to refresh and for the springtime
Makes sense.
when things really start to take off.
No, I get it. I get it. Hey, Jim, have you ever moved?
Yes.
So has it been a stressful experience?
Yes, very stressful.
Moving is very stressful. Causes anxiety, causes all kinds of pains for people.
It's up there. I mean, obviously something like a divorce or a loss of a loved one would be obviously higher than that. But moving is one of the big stressful things in life that people have to do.
Yeah, it's not. Well, so you can make a positive move, like, we're moving on up
Right,
to
right.
the top.
No, and that's the way to do it when you hire a professional mover. I mean, that's what you want them to do is you want to try to take the stress out of the move. I mean,
Right.
that's one of the main things that you can do for people is to put them at ease. So, from the time that you meet them for, doing an estimate or talking to them on the phone, from the time that the guys leave, you want to try to put them at ease as much as possible.
Yeah, well, that's what we want to put everyone at ease. So what causes stress in moving? The guy showing up, the packing. What is it? The enormity of it.
Yeah, I think everything. I mean, it's a big life decision to pick up and even if you don't have a family and you're moving yourself, it's a big life decision on what you're doing, whether you're buying a new house or you're starting a new job. I mean, usually there's something that goes along with the move. It's not just the move itself. So you're making a lot of major changes in your life, and it's a tough time.
Well, yeah, I would think so.
You're touching their personal stuff.
Right.
And that's kind of the same. And, as I was sitting here thinking about it, one of the biggest things in my business is you're invading somebody's privacy when you're working in their home. And now I'm sitting here listening to you, and you get it all in one day. At least mine's spread out over a little
Right.
bit, and I'm thinking,
Right.
wow, people are really that's kudos to you for being able and conscious of wanting to acknowledge the comfort level of the homeowners, because that's an important element of any business.
Correct, and like I said, people. Everybody's different. Every move is different. Just like you talked about earlier in an earlier segment, how everything is different all the time. And we had a customer yesterday that was moving from Royal Oak to Cincinnati. Now, in most cases, we would load up the truck, drive to Cincinnati, spend the night, and then unload the next day. These people were adamant that they really wanted to get everything done in one day. So my guys loaded up yesterday morning in Royal Oak, and they delivered it about 8 o'clock last night to Cincinnati and unloaded the truck, and then they got the room. So we try to accommodate the customer as much as we can within reason to make everything as easy as possible.
Well said.
And to make them in charge.
Well, and that's the best part, right? Now, how expensive can moving be? Like I don't pack. I don't want to do any of it. I don't want to even unfold I don't want to take my underwear out of the drawer. I want you guys to put it in boxes, tape it up,
That's scary, Adam. You at least do that for them.
Hold on a second. What's my favorite 3 words? You know what my three favorite words are?
I should, but
I'll tell you right now. Hire it done.
yes.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm not doing it myself. I want a full turnkey Gary Bolson special.
I mean, obviously, it depends if we're talking a 1-bedroom apartment, a 3-bedroom house. Square footage means a lot. There's people that, we do have hoarders out there that you get into that situation, and it's another whole. But, I mean, normally a move is going to packing up a whole house, if you're doing everything in the house, is going to cost just as much as the move is. So just, keep that in mind. So there's a lot of people will pack up their own belongings, or they'll at least pack up to half the packing, save the kitchen and the china and the stuff for the professionals, but they'll pack up all their personal items and stuff, and then we'll come in and, pack up the expensive stuff.
There's professional packing and professional organizing companies that do that.
Correct.
I met these girls the other day in a big house that homeowner was moving into a new one. And I'll tell you what, these girls were putting away salt and pepper shakers. Like, that's how nitty gritty got down to. They were wiping down the shelves, wiping down the cabinets before all the new stuff went in.
And some of the larger jobs, we'll send out the, Jim was saying earlier, you stay in your lane. We know everything there is to know about moving. There are companies out there that do exclusive packing, and, they know what they're doing, and they stay in their lane as well. So
smart. Well, they don't need to be movers. They need to be packers and unpackers.
Right.
Right? And you're the movers.
Movers and the shakers.
Men on the Move. We've got Gary Bolson, owner of Men on the Move. The website's MichiganMovers.com. You'll do from Southfield to Bloomfield, and then you go I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done. Here with some quick tips that you can use next time you're looking for a contractor. These tips are so crucial, I don't want anyone to hire a contractor before hearing this. Number one. We've been programmed to always get at least 3 bids, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I also want to give you permission to say yes when you find the contractor you want. Remember, it might be a few weeks or more before a good contractor is available to start working, and the sooner you decide, the sooner the project starts moving forward. Number 2. Ask the contractor to write down everything that's included. This forces the contractor to think what else is part of the project and what could potentially come up. Additionally, ask the contractor what is not included. This too will force the contractor to think about items of the project that may not be included. Number 3. Get it in writing for how long the job will take. Just understand that this is a reference, not an exact timeline, because no 2 houses or projects are the same. If you think you need a penalty clause for the job taking too long, then be prepared for paying a bonus clause if the project finishes early. Number 4. Look for a contractor who's solution-minded. And what I mean by that is look for someone who identifies and solves problems instead of placing blame. Before you hire someone, ask what happens when a job goes wrong. Great contractors will have great answers. Number 5. You don't necessarily want to hire the cheapest or the most expensive contractor. The cheapest contractors are more likely to cut corners, while the most expensive are not necessarily performing the best work. That's why more often than not, the best value comes from contractors who are priced in the middle of the road. If you like these tips, I've got a whole hour of home improvement advice coming your way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com. When there's work to be done around or in your home, when there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. What you don't know can hurt you. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us. What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
It's the weekend. Perfect time to hire it done. My name's Adam Helfman. Good morning, everyone. HireItDone.com. Home Improvement Radio. Saturday morning. What do you got going on? Michigan State? Text us 97136 who you think's going to win the game. This is the best home improvement advice anywhere. We want you to trust the plan. Understand where we go one, we go all. That's right, my friends. So, what's on your home improvement list this morning? Tell me. What do you got going on? You got things happening? I know. I got a lot going on. So, let's get right into the show. Let's just talk about how home improvement is so good. And yeah, again, tell me, do you like doing it yourself, or you want to hire a pro? If you're going to hire a pro, don't get burned. Let's go for hassle-free home improvement. But I got carpet cleaning tips. I got heating, cooling tips. I have an expert coming on from a heating, cooling company. It'll be all kinds of fun today. So, winter decided to come early this year in Michigan. Actually, all over the Midwest and East Coast, right? Crazy. What's going on here? So, let me just say this, my friends. What are you going to do when we have another snowfall? I have a couple of hacks here for you that I read about on this next big snowfall. So let's talk about it, and let's share the information with you so that you as a homeowner might win. It's the best part, right? Are you headed up to tailgate with U of M? Michigan State? Are you on your way to Ann Arbor? Come on, where's all my Sparties? Text us, 97136. Let me know what's going on today. Is D'Antonio going to retire if he gets burned? If Michigan just blows out? I think Harbaugh wants to blow out Michigan State. Bad. I really do. However, I'd love to see Michigan State spoil it for Michigan and get all the maize and blue crybabies. Oh, I love it. That would be so good to have Michigan State just upset Michigan. I think my producer, Paul Serra, would love that. He would like that. He's wearing his Michigan State hat today. But anyways, let's get back to home improvement because that's what I really want to do. And by the way, we're on Facebook Live. If you want to see us in the studio, we got a lot going on. Just ask Roberto. We're on fire today, Roberto, aren't we? So here's some hacks for the next big snowfall. A windshield cover. What the heck is that? A video made rounds on social media this past week. Someone clearing all the snow off their windshield by pulling away an insulated windshield cover. The windshield cover worked so well in the video that I had to give it a shout out here, right? There's dozens of different brands and varieties of these. They cost about $20, which is a small price to pay if you hate clearing off your windshield in the morning. But here's the key. You got to put it on at night. Then what? That's the key. So we got to make sure. Don't get down the rabbit hole. Don't follow the white rabbit. You know what I'm saying? A lot going on. It's not everything's not what you see. You got to watch out. Park your car facing east. Do you ever think of that? What does that do? If you don't want to go through the trouble of using a windshield cover, an old trick is to try to face your car to the east when you're parking overnight. Now, this is some science. This way, the sun, as it rises, will melt some of the snow and make it easier to scrape off your car. Adam, how do I get rid of cherry cola stain from my carpet? May the force be with you. Dan in Livonia. What up, Dan? We're going to talk about getting rid of cherry cola, wine, all kinds of colored stuff. Just keep it locked in. Is it too late in the season to stay in a deck, Jason Brown? It's never too late, Jace. Okay, so park your car facing east. How about wrap your car's side mirrors? That's a good one. If you don't own a garage and you also have to deal with de-icing the mirrors after a snowfall, a simple hack to protect your mirrors is to wrap them with a couple of plastic bags secured with rubber bands. Ooh, I like that. Get a Ziploc bag, the 1 gallon ones, right? A gallon Ziploc bag, open it up, slide it over the rearview mirror. Just ask JFK Jr. He'll let me know. So, how about using hand sanitizers as a lock de-icer? When I went to Michigan State, that reminds me of a story. In 1990, I was at Michigan State. I lived on Spartan Street, 321 Spartan Street. How about that? That was my address. Yeah, I'm one of the first guys to burn down Cedar Village. I remember that. Anyways, we, as a joke, used to take those little coffee stirrer straws, and we would blow water into the locks of all the girls' cars at night, and then their locks would freeze. Terrible thing. Karma got me for that, for sure. However, if you use hand sanitizer, when temperatures get low enough, car locks can freeze, obviously. Avoid this annoying situation by coating your keys in a little bit of hand sanitizer. Ooh, so dip the key in Purell. The alcohol will quickly melt the ice inside the locks. You can also spray some WD-40 in your locks. Prevents ice buildup. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. How about defogging your car with shaving cream? Is it a gel or just foam? We all know the difference, right? Anyways, put a thin layer of shaving cream on the top of your window and wipe it clean. I use shaving cream on my head. Even though I don't have any hair, I pretend like I do. Shave it with like I'm supposed to. All right. Michigan State. Text me 97136. Who do you think is going to win? State? Go green or Michigan? Is it going to be a blowout? Michigan has finally got it together. They should blow them out, but weird things happen in this game. That's right. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Done around or in your home. When there's money to be spent, you don't want to go wrong. We're people you can trust. Oh, get advice from us. What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Good morning. It's the weekend. Perfect time to hire it done. I'm Adam Helfman. I'm your host. How much is too much to pay for a moving contractor? How much is too much to pay for any contractor? Right? Got a good show lined up right now. We got Gary Bolson on Men on the Move coming in at around 8:30. But But hey, you know what? We got fall. It's cold. You woke up. It's nippy. A lot of things going on around your house. Well, maybe we should talk about projects that you're going to be doing outdoor before the end of the season. Can you do these still? Well, in studio with me right now is Jim Seggy, Seggy Renovations. Welcome back, Jim.
Good afternoon, Adam, or good morning, I guess.
Right? I'd rather say morning.
Yeah.
For me, though, listen, I'm up early. Are you an early riser?
Yes, very. That's why it's already afternoon for me.
Well, let's go over a couple of these items to do this fall, okay?
Yes, sir.
And these are items you should do all the time, but, look, we got to give you these triggers. We got to get in. By the way, if you can't do this yourself, guess what? I got a guy. Jim, I know you probably already know this, but I'm going to say it to you. Did you know from the neck down I'm worth minimum wage?
Yes. If that.
Right? From the chin up, though, 10 figures.
That's right.
Let's just keep that going. Remember that.
Let's keep that going.
And for all the yahoos out there that are trying to figure that out, that's 10 figures is 7 figures is $1 million. 8 figures is 10 million, right?
Yeah.
9 figures is 100 million. 10 figures. Let's just go to add the numbers, add the zeros, baby.
Let's just go for it, right? Go for
I'm just
broke.
made. Listen, why not reach for the stars? Just how I am. Okay, so right away I want to clean the gutters, right? Keeping your gutters clean and keeping debris away is important. Now, do you clean your gutters in the fall, Jim?
Do I? I have the gutters that don't need cleaning because I don't like to clean them.
Okay. Here's the thing. Leaves are falling. Do you clean them now and then get the leaves again in them? Or what do? Do you wait till all the leaves fall? Carpet cleaning tips. Fall's that time of year when we get ready to spend a lot of time indoors. Right? You got friends coming over to watch the Michigan State game today? Tell me what you got. Right? What do you got going on? Well, that means cleaning is on everyone's mind, especially with the holidays just around the corner. If you listen to the show, which you should, you probably know I love carpeting in my homes. I'm a carpet guy, right? I love carpet. And all luxury vinyl tile and hardwood floors and all that stuff's great. However, I like a good carpeting. I like it. Shag. Anyways, it's a lot of work to maintain carpet if you do it right. And how often should you really vacuum? And more importantly, how do you make it last? Well, one of our pros, Night Owl Express, carpet cleaning, he gave me the inside scoop on carpet cleaning tips. And here's what he said. And by the way, for the homeowner who texted in, how do I get a cherry cola stain from my carpet? Night Owl Express has the answer. Text me 97136 if you want Michigan or Michigan State. We got a poll going right now. Michigan. Everyone wants Michigan. I want to see Michigan State just upset Michigan. But hey, that's another story. So, my friends, here's some tips. Carpets need to be vacuumed once a week. And more often in the areas of heavy traffic, frequent vacuuming prolongs the life of your carpet by preventing a buildup of gritty particles. It cuts carpet fibers. Every few weeks, take a little extra time and use your crevice tool. Crevice tool. What's a crevice tool? Anyways, you want to clean around baseboards, radiators, and even other hard-to-reach places. I get it. Vacuum wall-to-wall carpeting. Divide the floor into quadrants and vacuum an entire quadrant before moving to the next. Does anyone have those robotic vacuums? Take your time when you vacuum carpet, especially a plush carpet, because you want to, you don't want to go really fast. You want to go a little slow. But you got to get it clean. Pay special attention to the areas where people sit and move their feet. Vacuum these areas of heavy traffic with a crisscross pattern of overlapping strokes. There you go. A crisscross pattern of overlapping strokes. That's kind of funny. Anyways, what I want you to do is make sure that you do it right. Now, soil retardants. What's a soil retardant? They can be applied to new carpets or newly cleaned carpets. You want to follow the manufacturer's advice and apply the soil retardants only when a professional equipment using the recommended application techniques. That's where you need a pro, okay? I'm a Michigan fan, but I have a bad feeling about this game. I missed field goals. One late will be Michigan's demise once again. Bob and Troy. Adam at Sparty all the way. Craig from Novi. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyways, here's the one someone texted me. If you have a question, by the way, home improvement question, text me 97136. Tell me if you want Michigan or Michigan State, or text me your questions. Good morning. I love the show. One quick question. Keeping your carpets clean or even hardwood floors in general. My wife purchased the Rainbow unit that utilizes water to pick up around the house. My question is that entirely safe to pour down the drain of the toilet, flush away, or should we be filtering out the dusty chunks? I could toss that away in a bag and maybe just drop it in water down the toilet. Appreciate your time and thanks so much. Yeah, just flush it. Flush it. That's the best way to do it. It's just debris from your house. It's dust. It's going to go down the water anyways. You don't want to throw it outside and pollute anybody. But hey, who knows? Here, red wine spills. No problem. You want to get rid of red wine? Maybe some cherry soda? Mix of peroxide and baking soda. It removes red wine stains from even the whitest carpet and upholstery. Make sure you use it in a small, discreet spot, though. Simply let the mixture sit for 5 minutes before absorbing with a damp towel. And if the stain is not completely gone after one application, a second application do the trick. However, you might want to consult a pro, right? At the end of the day, the best practice is to go with the pros, right? Night Owl Express is one of our carpet cleaning contractors. Great guy, Mr. Stiefel. He's a rock star. And by the way, they've worked for me. I've seen it. It's like legit really good. So that's what we want to do. Now, we're going to give you some heating cooling tips. And we're going to have a pro in studio when we do that. That's the best part, which is good for me and for you. So tell me, my friends, do you have any home improvement horror stories? I'm collecting home improvement horror stories, okay? And the reason why is because we're launching a podcast called Contractor Therapy. And the home improvement horror stories are to talk about and laugh. Right? Here's one. Dan in Livonia again. Even Mike Valenti thinks MSU is going to get killed. Go blue. Does Valenti think that? I didn't know that. Roberto, does Valenti think Michigan State's going to get rocked this weekend? Oh, he does. Oy. I like what Valenti says. He knows his stuff. I still like to see Michigan State upset, just to piss everyone off. We'll see. From Joe Buckeye, Michigan. The higher the rank Michigan is going into the meeting November 30th, the better chance we have there in Columbus. Blowing out Michigan, getting number one spot. Yeah, not a chance. Forget about Ohio State. That's a different one. I'm talking about Michigan State, and really, really getting that going down. But who knows? We can all get that going. So, my friends, you have a home improvement request? You want to go to hireitdone.com and find good contractors? That's what we want. We can always help you. But hey, we don't need to know or not. When are you turning your furnace on? Have you turned it on yet this year? There are people who haven't. What about tuning it up? What about air quality? Did you know the air inside your house is 5 times dirtier than the outside air? That's kind of gross. Respiratory issues start in the home. So it's important that everyone understands your furnace is like the lungs of your home. If it's blowing dirt and spreading bad air, you're in trouble. How do you get fresh air in your home? How do you get makeup air? How do you get it filtered? How do you get it to work without spending a fortune? Who are you going to call? In your opinion, which is better, Vacuum, Rainbow, or Kirby? Well, Kirby's the best. Kirby's get the chrome off a bumper. But they're expensive. That's the problem. With all these, devices are built today to throw away. That's the problem. Text me a question, 97136. You got Michigan or Michigan State? I want to know. We definitely want to know. Michigan, yeah. Michigan is going to kill Michigan State. That's what someone just said. I don't know. I'm excited about it, though. Maybe that guy Garrett can go play for Michigan State today. Since he's not playing in the NFL for another year or two. Put him on the offensive line. So what does Baba Booey think? That's what I want to know. Turn on the furnace. You might be cold as ice in that house. No, there are people who don't turn their furnaces on. They wait. I know people. I've had someone call me recently. Not great. But hey, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. So when you do have a furnace guy, the one thing I want to make sure you understand is be fearful of the guy condemning your furnace. We're going to talk about how not to get scammed. We have a heating cooling guy coming up next. Heating cooling guy, girl, company. Him, her, hers, his, this, them, thy, though. I identify as Adam. You decide. I'm Adam Helfman. We are going to take a quick break. Is the we right? We'll be right back. Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Got Jim Seggy from Seggy Renovations in studio. Jim, let me ask you a question. When you get a contractor or when you get a homeowner wants you to do your, let's just use a kitchen, right?
Okay.
When you ask for money, and let's not go through the details of it. Do you get a big deposit, small deposit? What satisfies you to get the job started?
Well, especially for a kitchen, we get half down because of the fact that everything that we order is custom. It's non-returnable. You're ordering the cabinets and you're having to put deposits on granite and different things like that.
Half down?
Yes, sir.
Are you kidding me?
No.
All right, we're gonna back it up a little bit.
We're going to back it up a little bit.
Okay, so in all my years of doing radio and working in the home improvement, I've heard a lot of horror stories, right?
Yep.
Homeowners who pay contractors in full up front, and then something goes wrong and the contractor can't complete the work. All kinds of messes ensue. I never tell a homeowner to put half down. Ever. Now, I'm not saying you're right, and I'm not saying I'm right. But we're going to work through a solution here.
Sure.
Okay? Because I don't think that's the correct way to do it. Now, we can agree to disagree, but let's break this down and let's have a friendly debate.
Sure.
Okay. Seggy Renovations does not have the name Savings and Loan Bank or financial institution after the end of it.
That is correct.
So you're not a bank.
Nope.
And I want to make sure that everyone understands this because the contractor is not the bank. You're supposed to pay the contractor. So let's go through this right now. The homeowner and the contractor must agree to a payment schedule beforehand. And if you have to decide what that's based on your individual project, right? A roof, like hired done guys, my roofers, they're like, Mrs. Jones, sign the contract, pay me when the roof is on that day. We'll take the money after the roof's installed. That way you have no risk. I love that, right? But it's a one-day job. There's nothing to it, right?
Correct. And I have contracts that I'll do that for if it's just a one-day job.
Of course. So
Nothing's
here's the
custom.
thing. Yeah, custom. Here's what
It's
I
all
want to talk
good.
about. Furnace, little things like that. We get the money on the day we start and then the money at the end of the job. But on a big job, a kitchen, average kitchen takes 12 weeks or longer, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so for 12 weeks, you got to use the homeowner's money to pay your guys to pay for materials, to pay for things to get the job going. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to take your 50% deposit
Okay.
and I want to massage it. And I want to make it more palatable for the homeowner while still satisfying you, the design build contractor. Is that possible, Jim?
Well, the majority of the cost of a kitchen is materials, not labor, and none of the materials are returnable. So that would be a pretty hard sell. What I do?
Let's talk about it then. I'm the homeowner.
For the rest of the draws, they're called performance draws.
I got it.
Totally understandable.
Performance draws are we'll define that in a minute.
Right.
Here's what I'm going to ask you. I'm the homeowner now. Okay, Jim, we've met 3, 4, 5 times. You designed a rock solid, award-winning kitchen for me. I can see it. I love the pictures, the digital, the granite, the wood. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. We're in 37 markets. I'm wearing a hat for this segment. What's it say? Carrier. So in studio right now is a Hire It Done contractor, Jennifer Wilhelmsen from Temp Mechanical. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, Adam. Thanks for having me on.
How you doing?
Fantastic.
Right? We're loving it. So tell the Hire It Done audience just a little bit about, introduce Temp Mechanical.
All right, great. Temp Mechanical's been around for a long time. The owner has been in the industry since the 1960s. Definitely an expert in that area. We are located in Redford, servicing a 50-mile radius, 24/7 for any emergencies that happen, especially with this cold front that came in. We want to make sure that all of our customer base is taken care of as quickly as possible.
That's a good idea. I like that. So Temp Mechanical is a heating cooling company. You also do plumbing.
We do have a plumber on staff. We have some electricians that will help us out from time to time. We should be able to take your job from beginning to end in
I like that.
a quick time frame.
I like that. So you just started with Hire It Done, I don't know, 3, 4 months ago.
Correct.
What do you think?
Fantastic.
You like it?
It's a wonderful partnership. It's more than just a lead generator for us. It's actually a friendship that's been built. It's building our business. We're reaching out to each other. Temp's reaching out to Hire It Done for contractors and vice versa.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, you guys have rocked solid start. Like the homeowners have been bragging about you. And that's, you know what's funny? That's what we look for in a good contractor, one that's solution-minded, right? Nothing ever goes perfect. And so what I tell my contractors is, what I tell homeowners is that I tell contractors, all you have to do once you're part of Hire It Done is that you have to make the homeowners be happy. That's it. Don't do anything else but make them happy. And if you do what you say you're going to do, then that happens. It's that simple. So when someone calls Temp Mechanical, like this time of year, what is it? They're calling for a furnace tune-up, usually?
Generally, in normal November,
right,
they're calling to get a head start on their furnace equipment. So they want it checked, they want it cleaned, they want their filters replaced. However, thanks to Mother Nature, we're in this crazy weather right now where we're starting our season with no heats and people that need furnaces as quickly as possible.
And that's where you guys are equipped to respond quickly and get out there. Like, again, we give fall heating cooling tips, right? Tune your furnace up. And that's what you said. But all of a sudden we got hit with this cold spell a couple months early. Boom. So now you got a lot of bad furnaces. What determines, like, when someone calls you and my furnace isn't working, you guys send a tech out, right?
We're sending a technician out. No heat customers are getting technicians sent to their home.
Priority.
As a priority customer, for sure. It may be same day. That's obviously the goal.
Of course.
If we're running later into the day, we are going to be in constant communication with that customer to let them know when we're arriving.
Yeah, and that's important, the communication. And that's what I want people to understand. you make a phone call and you want to know if the guy's coming. You want to know when he's coming. It's not like, oh, yeah, we'll be there between 10 and 5. What? No. We're in the morning. We're going to call you when we're on our way. We'll give you a half hour notice. Now, you guys call, because they call what, when they're on their way, or what is the...
They're calling when they're about 30 minutes out.
Perfect.
We do appointment blocks in the morning or afternoon, so your time slots between 9 and 12.
Yeah.
Or 1 and 4. There are occasions where we do want to make sure we hit that no heat. We've promised you we'd be there by 4. We're running a little behind, and we're going to make sure we take care of you and that you are not penalized for an after-hours charge, because we're just trying to service as many customers as possible.
Right. And you guys will keep going and going and going. It's not like, 5 o'clock, we'll just get you tomorrow. You still have people to go to. You're going to have your guys, you're going to be going.
Correct.
That's the best part. We're talking with Jennifer Wilhelmsen. She's from Air Temp Mechanical Heating and Cooling. They're out of Redford, Michigan. They service a 50-mile radius. So it's pretty much all of Metro Detroit. Now, you guys obviously do service, tune-ups, but you do a lot of replacements. I mean, I know a bunch of customers were raving about you. Is there a specific brand, or you guys sell a few brands?
We sell a few brands. Our primary provider to us would be Carrier.
Okay.
Right out of Livonia. They're nice and
Quick and
located
easy.
right by our office. We can get the equipment as quickly as possible and get it out on the site that same day.
So, but if someone calls you for service and they have Lennox or they have Bryant, you can service any brand.
Absolutely.
It's pretty easy to service any brand, right?
Yes.
It's just diagnosing it.
Correct.
Now, let me ask you a question. Technology has impacted heating and cooling pretty well in the last decade. Are you seeing in the repairs, and I don't know if this is a question for you or not, but I'm sure your techs will know. Are you seeing in the repairs that, oops, just broke the mic. Are you seeing in the repairs more technology, like the logic boards or the electronics?
Smart thermostats.
Okay, yeah. As opposed to like the blower motor, or what you're seeing more broken electrical parts, right?
Correct.
Or electronics.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. What do you do with that? You just have to replace it, right? You can't the guy doesn't come and solder like the chip back on. It's like nope, you need a new motherboard.
Yep, seen a lot more warranty issues based on the technology pieces that are put into play now. And everybody wants their house on Wi-Fi. Everybody wants, smart thermostats.
So you're getting a lot of calls for that then, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody wants to take their house and they want to, they want to upgrade a little bit of the technology. If they have Wi-Fi, you can come in and put a smart thermostat in for them.
Correct.
And that's not a problem. Now, do you have a brand of that, or do you try and they say, I went to Home Depot or I went to the big box store and I bought a Nest. Will you be able to install it for them?
We install a lot of Nest and Ecobee.
Oh, Ecobees, that's a good one too.
There are more brands out there. It's up to the customer also at that point. Generally, the customers that are looking for those smart thermostats are technology savvy. They've already done the research on their side as well. They kind of already know what functions they want to have available to them.
Makes sense.
But we can adhere. All of our installers are able to install any of those brands.
Okay, and that's pretty cool. So, now the brands like Carrier, they have their own version, don't they? Like a smart thermostat? I think they do. And so the question I have though is, when someone comes to you and says, I think I need a new furnace, they're not sure, you guys can package it all together. Because there's, now does it make sense this time of year to buy air conditioning with your furnace?
It's going to save efficiency and money for you because you're paying for an install one time.
Oh, one time. That's right. Didn't think of it that way. That's a good point. Okay, so there's a savings there. Now, what about financing?
We do offer financing through Service Finance.
Is it easy
90 days,
for
same
homeowner?
as cash. It's all on the web. We get the results immediately. We do have
good.
other secondary services we can use for those people that may not have perfect credit.
So you service anybody.
Correct.
That's smart. That's smart because listen, your furnace blows out, and you can't repair it. It's $3,500 or $5,000 or whatever that comes out to be. You take credit cards. I better finance it, right?
Absolutely. The customer is already inconvenienced with the fact that they're going through this. To add a monetary burden on top of that could be devastating to a household.
That's stressful. That's crazy. Air Temp Mechanical, 800-245-9080. The website, airtempcomfort.com. Been around a long time. What's your boss's name?
Mickey McAvoy.
Mickey McAvoy. Shout out to Mickey McAvoy. He sounds like a heating and cooling guy.
He does.
I know because I know of him because he has a very, very good reputation. People from the old school know that guy. They said he's been around, which is good, which is people what they want, right?
Very, very excited about the upcoming technology that's coming into the industry. He always wants to set us apart from your normal heating and cooling company.
Sure.
We do a lot of cool things on commercial properties that other companies may not be as versed in, as far as those DCA units for those pool systems.
Oh, so you can do a lot of that stuff.
We can do a lot of that stuff.
So you guys can solve a lot of homeowner problems as well.
Yes.
For heating and cooling. What about the like? If someone calls you up and says, you know, we have a bungalow and the heat upstairs is never good, or we got a room over the garage, you know, can you guys actually run ductwork and do the really like a surgery type of stuff?
We can run duct work. We actually have suppliers available to us for the quick turnaround on that duct. We have staff on hand that can make it on site. We can recommend possibly a zoning system for that type of household. They may prefer something like that, especially when your climate's going to change being above a garage.
What about these like split systems? You know, they like you
we
guys
install those all the time. We have a job
Seems
going
like
on
a-
right now that is a split system install, and it's more than 20 units on site.
Whoa, that's a big one. Yeah, because I'm thinking sometimes it might be a good idea to supplement a big house or something with a split system where you don't have to tear out walls. You can just go and do a system like that. That's pretty cool. We've got Jennifer Wilhelmsen from Temp Mechanical in studio right now. Their website's airtempcomfort.com. We're going to take a quick break, Jen. But when we come back, I want to talk about some special deals that we can offer. our
Absolutely.
listeners. We'll talk more heating, cooling. We'll talk shop.
Awesome.
Shout out to everyone at AirTemp, by the way, who are listening. T. Thornton? You know T. Thornton?
I do. That's
He's laughing.
Terrence.
Oh, Terrence. What up,
Yeah.
Terrence? All right, we're going to take a quick break. My name's Adam Helfman, and you're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. And on the move. Local company, rock solid 10-star company, literally.
Thank you.
And good guy. I can attest to that, right, Gary?
You can.
MichiganMovers.com is the website. So you're saying moving in the wintertime is a little slower. So you got to give a discount, right? A little bit of a deal?
Yeah, we offer a couple different things going on right now. Like we can offer you $25 off your travel time, $50 worth of free boxes. Or one of the things that we started a couple winters ago was a three-man special rate where you get the third guy for a discounted price. And not only is that beneficial to the customer, it's also beneficial to the men because, you know, it's going in outside in the elements in the wintertime in Michigan can be very hard. And then you're coming in a house and the customer has the heat on 90. Then you're going outside and it's -5. So the third man is also going to get that job done quicker, which is going to keep the men fresh and keep them out of the elements as well. So it's a win-win for everybody.
What do you think, Jim, the third man? Are you going to be the third man?
I'm not going to be the third man. I told him I was moving, and I'm already signing up with him. I'm not doing it. Ain't happening.
What about girls to pack all the stuff? I got that company that I just met.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. Listen,
I
I
can
think
tell
you
you-
should turnkey the whole thing.
I can tell you just from meeting Gary just now, he's a stand-up guy and extremely conscientious. And I've been in the business long enough to get a good feel for somebody. And like I say, he's going to be the guy that I'm going to be calling when I move.
Thank
Well,
you, Jim.
I appreciate you doing that and saying that. It means a lot. He's the only moving company that qualifies, that actually works with Hire It Done. So congratulations there. You know, we have multiple of every contractor, but you're the only one.
Thank you. It was tough. You know, it was like a 100-page essay that I had to do
right.
to be approved.
Yeah.
Hire It Done does an awesome job in their screening process, and I'm proud that I am part of it.
Yeah, I appreciate you. You know, you're
Because
a good
I like
guy.
using your guy. I mean, I use your guys.
Yeah, no, that's the part.
win-win
It's a
for
camaraderie. That's the thing about Hire It Done. I'm a boutique lead generation contractor referral company. What does that mean? I'll give you an example. I'm not Angie's List. I'm not Home Advisor. I'm a hybrid of both. I'm a third-party endorsement, right?
Yes.
a lot of us, and a lot of gifts to mail. So it's great I can get the shipping boxes I need delivered to me for free.
It's just me and my dog Bella, but we still have so many holiday cards to send out. Luckily, the USPS online store has tons of options. Right, Bella?
However big your family is, the United States Postal Service goes the extra mile to bring your holidays home. Learn more at USPS.com/season. And with informed delivery notifications, get a digital preview of your mail before it arrives. United States Postal Service. Priority you.
A heart in my tasty Honey Nut Cheerios? Cereal, you trying to tell me you love me?
Actually, it's reminding you that it can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Wait! They can help lower cholesterol? I've been so focused on the sweet, tasty taste that I completely forgot. Now I'm in love.
Learn more about making Honey Nut Cheerios part of your heart-healthy lifestyle by picking up a box at your local grocery store.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. Got a heating cooling question? Text us 97136. We've got Air Temp Mechanical in studio. Jennifer Wilhelmsen. Jennifer, what, you run the company? Like you're the manager?
I do not run the company. I run the office.
You're like the, yeah, I know. So when somebody calls, here's the best thing. Home improvement is all about relationship and it's all about experience, right? So people need to feel like when they call you that they're, this is a good company. And that's one of the things when people call AirTemp, they're always a good person on the phone. Their first experience is, you guys thank them for calling. Let's talk about what your problem is. Let's figure out, how to solve it. That's something that's, represents the company before even the technician gets out there. People don't realize that, So for you guys, that's a good start. You know what I'm saying?
We have a highly trained office staff that we have the potential really to sell the deal just by the way that we're answering that phone call.
Right. And that's important because people want to know ahead of time. It's not, I need a new furnace. How much? Well, that's not the answer. That's not the question you're going to answer right away. Tell me how old your existing furnace is. Is the ductwork leaking? Do you have a humidifier? Do you have this? Do you have that? Is there air conditioning? Those are the questions you got to ask first. And that's what's good with you guys. You ask the right questions. Homeowners feel more comfortable, calm. And then when they're at that stage, then they can say, you know what, I would like to consider it. Because, if someone says I need a new furnace, you give them a range. Like, yeah, today furnaces cost between $3,000 and $7,000 or whatever. Is that about a range?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So from there, then you can say, and typically for a few $100s a month, you can get a new furnace. Does that sound about right? $200-300 a month?
Yes.
Okay. So right there, people are like, I can afford that. So you've taken away the anxiety and you've taken away the, oh my God, I can't afford a new furnace. Now, when your guy goes out there and diagnoses what the situation is, he can say, all right, we can fix this. It's $1,200, or we can get you a new one for $200 a month. Right.
Right.
And then a homeowner can then decide that point because there's a threshold when people need to know, when do I get a new furnace and when do I fix the old one? That's the question that it's hard to answer. Not everyone has that answer, but it's based on the homeowner's needs and the price. Let's talk rebates for a second. There's still rebates available, like from the state or DTE or
correct DTE.
Will you guys help them with the rebates?
Yes, we actually do all that paperwork for them. We just need their DTE or the consumer's account number, and those are processed generally the day of the install, so that when that install is complete, they are receiving all that paperwork.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so you help the homeowner. That's the other thing, because the homeowners get it, it's like, there's a lot to do. We don't know, So that's the thing. And that's okay, though. So you'll take care of it, and that takes away a lot of the anxiety. So
we're also going to register all their equipment so that they don't have to worry about their warranties.
Oh, so you do register for them. That's a good one. I like that for sure. So let's talk about balancing, because that's the other thing. People say, one room's cold, one's hot. When you guys come out and do a tune-up or you do a service or a check for a homeowner, do you do what they call air balancing?
Yes, we do have certified technicians that are air balance certified for residential. They do have, the customer can request that we go in there and do a test in and a test out, meaning they can go in there and get an understanding of the airflow with the current state of the equipment that is in that home. We do charge $150 for that. However, based on those results, it is likely that you will then decide to upgrade your equipment. If you choose to have that install complete, we're going to waive that $150, and then we're going to test out and show you the difference in those numbers once we've put that new equipment in there.
That makes a difference. That's a big thing because the more efficient everything runs, the better and less costly it is for people.
And that's something other heating and cooling contractors may not be able to offer.
For sure. And by the way, that's a good value. I like that. We're talking with Jennifer Wilhelmsen. She's from Temp Mechanical. If you want to call them, we have some specials, by the way. 800-245-9080. They're out of Redford. They do Metro Detroit. Very, very good company. $99 furnace tune-ups right now?
Yes, sir.
And what other deals do we have going on for people in Metro Detroit?
Right now, we've actually added some discounts. If you are a senior citizen or a veteran, we're going to give you 15% off. That's either your service call or your install.
That's kind of cool. So and that really helps a lot of people.
Yes.
How busy are you guys? If someone calls today or Monday, can you get out there soon?
No heats we're going to get to that same day or within the next business day based on the severity. We're doing a very good job in the office of vetting out those callers to understand the nature of what the emergency is. Is their heat just blowing lightly, a little bit warm, just not exactly what they want, or are they truly out of heat? The customers that are truly out of heat will be number one priority. Secondary will be the ones that are still inconvenienced with the temperature not quite where they want it to be.
Yeah, that's a big one, getting it to work properly. Because you know what we say here at Higher Done, the best furnace is the one that's installed properly, not a brand. It's the installation. And that's why I tell people, if you get a nice Carrier or an expensive Lennox or a Bryant, if it's not installed properly, it's really worthless. Isn't that, would you agree with that, Jennifer?
Absolutely.
Right. And so the key here is to getting it done properly. And your technicians are constantly trained.
Yes.
You guys continue education, which is important. That's one of the things I liked about you guys, is that your techs are trained on the latest and greatest.
Yes.
So when they come out, now what about like leaky ductwork? Oh, can you fix that?
Yes, we can do those. Generally, we can do those repairs on site.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Occasionally, we also have that crawl space heating and cooling issue that needs to be taken care of, and we do that as well.
That's cool. That's the best. So 800-245-9080, Temp Comfort. We have Jen Wilhelmsen in the studio. Jen, what about a furnace replacement? Is it a one-day job or?
It depends on the equipment. We do like to have our estimator for residential go out there and actually take a look at the equipment to understand what the current situation is. We do have service technicians that can call us and say this is going to be a replacement. Depending on what kind of equipment they have, it would be a one-day install. Generally, we'll tell you to prepare for two, just in case there's anything out there that's a special order.
Makes sense. That sounded cool. That's not a big problem. Now, humidity, dry throats, itchy throat. Most homeowners have the humidifier winter, summer buttons. No one knows how to demystify that. If someone calls Temp Mechanical, can you guys come out and clean up the humidifier and give them a new modern version from April Air?
Absolutely. And April Air is going to be the supplier that we're going to contact.
Oh, and it's the brand you use. They're the best.
Yep.
They're one of the most efficient when it comes to that. Because, I've had people ask me warm water in the April Air, cold water, how to do it and what not to do it. I just say to them, look, the heating cooling company will come out. They'll be able to set it up. Humidistat, what's the right, percentage of humidity. Each house is different. It all depends on how the house is. And, you got to do it right, but you got to start with a good product.
April Air is very passionate about a healthy home because the filter in your body is your lungs, right?
Air quality. Listen, the air inside your house is 5 times dirtier than the outside air. That's a fact, right? So new filters in your furnace, properly humidified air running around your house, circulating, that's important. And people don't realize, what about carbon monoxide?
Carbon monoxide, we actually just had a service call this week.
Right, the pipe was broken.
Yes.
Homeowners homeowners could have died because that was exhaust.
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And that was actually due to primer not being used on the install.
And that primer means that was the pipe connection.
Around the PVC, yep.
And it didn't adhere.
Correct.
And then over time, it just slipped away.
Separated,
And then, wow, people could have been poisoned.
Yes.
Yeah, you see it on the news every once in a while. You see it in a news cycle.
That only came through due to a furnace clean and check. Those are very important to make sure your equipment's working properly.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. So let's go over that deal again. $99 furnace tune-ups and then discounts for veterans. And
Veterans and military.
That's nice.
And your senior citizens.
And senior citizens. So if you're a senior, you get what kind of discount?
15%.
Off anything?
Correct.
I love that. So make sure you tell them you heard it on Hire It Done. Again, the phone number is 1-800-245-9080 to call Air Temp Mechanical today, or go on the website airtempcomfort.com. You guys are on Facebook, you're everywhere, right?
Yes.
Which is good. Well, Jen, it's the end of the hour. Can you imagine? It goes so fast.
Hey, go blue.
Oh, you want Michigan to win? I gotcha. It's okay. We're good with that. I'll take that. Yeah, everyone thinks Michigan's going to win today. And you know what happens when the consensus is that Michigan's going to win, right? Michigan State. Yeah, but Michigan State's getting 13.5. That's crazy. Anyway, game day. Uh-oh. That's what I'm thinking. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And I want to thank everyone for listening to the show. We'll be here next week. Another great home improvement show. My name's Adam Helfman, and you're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.